Did you know that God is in the upgrade business of our lives? He doesn't want to just leave us in our broken down, old, torn up lives. No, God will come alongside us and help us trade up to something fresh and new. Check out what Isaiah says in chapter 60, verse 17. It says, "You will know at last that I, the Lord, am your Savior and your Redeemer, the Mighty One of Israel. I will exchange your bronze for gold, your iron for silver, your wood for bronze, and your stones for iron. I will make peace your leader and righteousness your ruler." God is saying, you are holding so tightly to bronze when I am happy to hand you gold. You're hanging on to iron, but I am willing to trade up to silver. You're embracing wood when I want to upgrade you to bronze. Maybe God, our Savior and Redeemer, the Mighty One, is whispering, I will exchange your weak for strong, your depressed for encouraged, your damaged for restored, and your bitter for grateful. I will make peace your leader and righteousness your ruler. So let me ask you, are you willing to trade your hurt for healing today? It's time we trade our hurt for healing. Let me just say, I'm not really into working out. I wish I loved it. I wish I could run marathons and Ironmans, but I just can't. I'm just way too awkward to do anything that really requires a moderate level of athletic ability. A few years ago, I had some friends talk me into doing a 5K to raise some money to support a ministry, and how could I say no to that? I didn't know how in the world I was going to get my out-of-shape body to run a 5K. So I took some simple steps. First, I had to buy some shoes and some cute workout clothes, because if you're going to be working out, I think you have to have cute workout clothes. Next, I got an app that would tell me how to do the training process and what I would need to go through to get myself off of my comfy couch and across the finish line of a 5K. And last, I would actually have to get up off of my couch. One afternoon, I just flat out didn't want to go jogging. So I dragged my family outside with me, and my son grabbed his scooter, and my daughter threw on her tennis shoes, and even my husband got in the game with me. Now, I'm sure that you've realized this at some point in your life, but if not, let me drop this powerful little nugget of insight on you. Are you ready? Kid bodies are so much faster than adult bodies. My kiddos were off like a shot. Every once in a while, I'd have to yell for them to turn around and come back closer to me because I just couldn't get my feet to move as fast as their feet. And as I struggled to keep my eyes on them and to make sure they didn't get out of my sight, I didn't see what was right in front of me. I completely missed the fact that the pavement in front of me was slightly uneven. The toe of my shoe caught in that crack in the sidewalk and I went flying. Now, when I trip, there is no recovery. Some of you, if you trip, you could do like a little jog and stay on your feet and keep going, but not me, no way. Once I trip, I'm a total goner. I totally flattened out, not just to my knees, but all the way to my stomach on the sidewalk, in front of all of the marathoners and all the people driving by in their cars who had to have been laughing at me. Of course, I quickly jumped up and dusted off my hands and declared myself to be just fine. And I was fine for about 24 hours until the adrenaline wore off and the pain set in. I am the only person I know who can sustain a shoulder injury while running. I actually tore my rotator cuff trying to train for that dumb 5K. And isn't that just like life? You're running along, you're busy, you're moving swiftly, your eyes are on things in front of you, when seemingly out of nowhere, some uneven pavement will trip you up. You can sustain an injury that seems crazy, and it hurts, and you're wounded, and you find yourself unable to keep moving forward. I don't know what hurt you've encountered, but I'm absolutely confident that God does not want to leave us in that hurt. He wants to usher us into healing in our lives. But the road to healing isn't always easy. In fact, it can be downright painful at times. When I went through physical therapy for my shoulder, it was not easy. It hurt. Those tiny 1-pound weights felt like 100-pound monstrosities, and that hand bike was like a torture device. Sometimes, much like my physical therapy, God's path to healing stings just a little bit, because it isn't comfortable to let God dig into the hurt of our lives that we've been holding on to. And it aches to let Him stretch us and strengthen us. The road to healing isn't easy, and it might hurt a little bit, but don't quit and don't give up if it gets painful, because we've got to be open to letting God trade our hurt for healing. And I believe God is ready to make that exchange today.